Garo Sentinel of the East is the best Toku of 2026. Yes, that's right. The brand new Garo season that came out this year was absolutely the best Toku, hands down. And now you're probably thinking to yourself right now, Yuki, bro, how can you say that, man? We had a new Ultraman show this year, man. Zetsu is still airing, man. But what about Project Red, man? What about Gavan Infinity, man? Oh, come on, man. How is it the best, man? Those shows aren't over yet. But here's the thing. Garo is finished with this season. And I ain't waiting for no bullshit. I ain't waiting. While you clowns are still hoping that Zetsu's gonna get good, that Gavan Infinity is gonna get good, and come on, let's be honest now, Toei's gonna screw you over like they do every fucking year. I'm gonna be on higher levels. I'm gonna be watching the greatness. And that's exactly what Garo Sentinel of the East did. But anyways, Hideyuki here, the Rebellion Roast, the one chain to oblivion, returning yet again with another excellent video. Man, oh man, we're just gonna be discussing this show. Last episode just came out a few days ago, so I just wanted to come on here and just share my thoughts about the show as a whole and why it is the best Toku of this year. Man, first thing that we got to get out the way that's a big deal for me when it comes to modern Garo shows is the actual effects work. The effects work, man. Wow. This is what I'm expecting when it comes to Tokusatsu in 2026, making great use of the practical effects and, having a little bit of CG here and there, but very little, not too much, just in there. And Sentinel of the East did just that, man. I mean, a lot of the action scenes were impactful. They had weight. They were choreographed beautifully. I mean, man, this is how you fucking do it. And then, of course, you have the losers going around. But come on, man. But what about the One Piece live action, man? How do you like Garo, but you hate One Piece, man? How do you do that, man? And look here, motherfucker. One Piece was already garbage from the start, so that live action is going to be completely shitty before you even get started. And then when it did come out, it was one of the worst experiences I ever had to go through. I mean, that show had no weight, man. I mean, it was just corny all around. Again, One Piece, the live action tried so hard to be a Toku show, but it didn't have the weight. It didn't have the emotion. It didn't have the passion that shows like Garo has. And see, that's the difference. You're probably thinking, how can you like that low budget stuff, but when they have the budget to do this and that, how come you hate it? Here's the thing. When you're able to accomplish what Garo did with a low budget and with the limited resources, that's how you know you're of greatness, because you didn't have to spend, millions and millions of dollars for some old bullshit that no one asked for in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So Garo is always going to obliterate One Piece in every single way in that regard. Oh, man. But anyways, back on topic. Yeah, the effects work here is just absolutely beautiful, man. I mean, just absolutely stunning. I also love a lot of the abilities that the Sand King was using. And yeah, we'll get more into him as we go on. But anyways, moving on to the actual story, right? You have this desert city, man, just completely corrupted. There's hardly any water. People are barely striving, throughout the day. And on top of that, you have all the horrors popping up on top of, all that craziness going on. So, Ryuga and Rion get called into this city, right? And they're just supposed to watch over it and make sure everything's good, everything's set to go. And this story is pretty much a conclusion, or trying to be a conclusion, of Ryuga and Rion's partnership, right? And, seeing that conclusion, man, was something else. For something so short and fast-paced, they managed to still get the emotions across. They still managed to tie their stories together. Two characters that I absolutely fucking hated in the beginning when I started watching the Ryugaverse stuff, managed to actually grow, actually develop. I'm like, man, I mean, you took two absolute fucking annoying assholes and actually made them fully fleshed characters and fully fleshed people. I mean, these two grew over time, and you could see that in this season, right? They really got attached to each other, and it was time. You find out that Rian is part of this dragon tribe, and it's her place to succeed Ryume, right? As the Sentinel, as the guardian of that land, and her and Riga, they're struggling with that. They're like, "Fuck, this might be the last time." So they have to prepare themselves for that. They have to mentally prepare themselves to separate. And let this be the last journey that these two experience together. And just that part of the story alone is already just, man, so heartfelt, man. I mean, that's how you conclude characters, man. Wow, wow, this is incredible. And then we get into some other character, right? You have Alemanina, you have Lecter and his protege. Alemina, eh, not really that memorable. She was just kind of, your typical villain or what have you. Um, Nothing really that special about that character. Lecter, on the other hand, I actually really enjoyed Lecter as a character. He was really cool, very eccentric. And yeah, he was a Makai priest that really stood on his own. He seems like the bumbling fool or what have you, but the man got a few tricks up his sleeve. He also had his arm all fucked up in the beginning, because of what the Sand King did to him, prior to him, going to that desert wasteland. And yeah, man, I mean, it was just incredible to see him temporarily work with Ree again. And, the two always had their little banter or what have you. And they slowly, open up to each other. So it was good to see that. You had some really, really small characters here, like the Elder Chief, and you had that small little subplot with, with him helping the town and trying to get water for them and what have you. Um, which was nice. It was a little sprinkle here and there, nothing too crazy. Um, but yeah, and then the last character, of course, is the Sand King. Um, Sand King was pretty cool. He wasn't like a very. I mean, here's the thing with Garo. Garo doesn't really have that many great villains, if we're being honest. And you're like, oh, what about Barugo? What about Barugo? What about Jinga? Those are exceptions. Barugo, I think, is absolutely garbage, though. I don't think Barugo is a good character at all. Now, Jinga is probably one of the only Garo villains I can think of that is actually memorable and had some weight to the series and had more impact than just being evil because, oh, we need a main bad guy. Um, you know, I actually wish that Jinga did appear in this show. That would have been really cool to see him come back. But I know Mashahiro's schedule is really busy because, he's working on Sentika. He runs his own channel. He runs his own fucking company now, running AIC, baby, legendary animation studio. And he handles the marketing side of that company now. So one of their subsidiaries. So, he's pretty busy. Um, but yeah, back to the Sand King. The Sand King was just kind of an entertaining villain to watch. It was just okay. You want to see a cool character design. You want to see a cool villain that shows off and what have you. Um, More action than talking, what have you. He really only said one thing in the entire series. But I've noticed with the Sand King, though, every time you see this man on screen fighting, he always has a strategy in mind. He's one of those characters that are very silent, but he knows exactly what he's doing in a fight. He's very observant, and it was fun to see that. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. The combat here um, is really strategic, and I like that with this season especially. It's not fucking brain dead. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about the Sand King. Other than that, there's nothing else that interesting about the character itself because they don't go any deeper than that. Um, but again, he was just entertaining. Um, but yeah, as a whole, though, man, out of all the stuff that's come out this year so far, wow. I mean, this was just such a great experience, man. It was just such a great show to watch. And, I just can't see this being beat by anything else. I mean, Zetsu, really? Like, what the fuck is Zetsu gonna do to fucking Garo? I mean, let's be honest now. And you're like, oh, but that's not fair, man. That's not fair. It's not fair, but you're the first one to go, oh, but it's a peak show, man. It's a masterpiece on episode 1. So Garo's over, and I'm saying that it's a great show. It's one of the best of the year. But you guys can say that episode 1, 2 going in, and you only got half a show, and you're already saying it's a peak and it's a masterpiece. So, like, come on now, come on now. Let's not lie to ourselves here. And same thing with with Project Red as well. It's like, just wait till it gets good, man. Just wait till it gets good. Come on, man, you have to wait. And you know, this one, it's targeted to a younger demographic, so it's not fair to compare. Look here. You can be targeted to a younger demographic and still beat out Garo. You can do that. There's been, shows from Kamen Rider that has absolutely made Garo look like a fucking joke. But this is not their year. This is not their year, man. And Ultraman, come on now. Who the fuck cares about Ultraman? Let's be real here. But anyways, with that being said, yes, Garo Sentinel of the East was the best Toku of this year, man. It was a great watch. You know, it was short and sweet. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was cohesive. It was paced well. Yeah, it's just overall just a great show, great experience. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing more stuff like this. Now, I would love to see more horror related Toku shows in the future. That would be really good. I feel like Toku excels the most when they treat themselves like a B horror show or movie, because you really get to focus in on those special effects, and it makes the craft look so much better than the typical superhero stuff we get all the time. But anyways, with that being said, Hideyuki here, the Rebelling Rose, and until next time, I'll see you.